Forever Dog.
Welcome to Forever Dog. You can listen to this podcast ad-free on Forever Dog Plus by signing up at foreverdogpodcasts.com/plus. And make sure to follow us on social at Forever Dog Team and check out all of our podcasts at foreverdogpodcasts.com. Thank you for your support and enjoy the show.
Hey, Forever Dog listeners, this is Manila Luzon.
And Latrice Royale from The Chop. We've been reviewing every episode of Drag Race UK Season 2, and this week on the show, we're joined by Race Chaser co-hosts Alaska and WILLAM for a recap of the entire season.
Chop it up. Hi, this is Alaska.
Hi, this is WILLAM. Who do I give my W-9 to?
Yourself.
Oh my god.
I'm not dealing with this independent contractor shit at the end of the year. This is podcast. This is how we do it.
I cannot wait to talk all about this season.
Yes, this season had fashions and drama and a 7-month break for a pandemic.
Not
yeah.
to mention a mannequin on the judging panel. That one time.
I love that. I thought it was Rita Ora. I thought it was her.
Wait, Detox was there? They let her do her number?
Yeah.
Nice. Thought it was elegant.
So join us on Tuesday and Thursday this week for a no-holds-barred look back at Drag Race UK Season 2 and subscribe to The Chop on your podcast app for new episodes every week. See you there.
Ooh, girl, this goss is totally hot.
Honey, I got a blister from this goss. It's hot.
I don't think it's from the goss. I think the blister's from something else. But
Well, I'm going to go on BetterHelp.com and diagnose it. What are you going to talk about on the show this week?
Well, this week we're going to talk about pop stars, outdoor drag performances, saving queer spaces.
And we got a little tip spot from our girl Brock Banks, Alyssa Lords, a.k.a. Titty Migratia. And we have lots of information and questions from Down Under asking for advice on love, sex, and who to best. Join us.
Exactly. The goss is Piperlintra Gagiana Dupreington Diopulence.
At large.
Forever Dog.
I can clap again. I can clap.
You've got the clap. You've
I
got
could
the clap back.
I could clap from here to Dallas, but my daughter can't clap.
Ooh, ouch. Ooh, wow. Ooh, scaldy. Ooh, scaldy. Ooh. Welcome back for yet another steaming, piping, scalding serving of hot guns. This, of course, is our weekly chat show where we talk about events in our lives, gossip and politics, and take a deep dive into the DMs. So let's waste no time. Let's get into some hot goss. And all around the world is la 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 la. How's it going? What's up?
Good. I mean, I didn't have a triumphant return to the stage like you did this weekend at the Drive and Drag. Miss Honey doing Dua's SNL set.
Beep beep. It was the Grammys that but work. No, yes, it was an amazing experience getting to be on a stage at the Drive and Drag Rose Bowl lawn moment.
Rosebud International Prolapse Festival.
Oh yes, honey.
Yes.
Yes, keynote speakress.
I'm sure some of the girls were coming inside out over you. I mean, they had such luminaries as Selena's Titties there, Barbie's Addiction. Ray Latre was spinning a flag. Corn Brejete was there, I'm pretty sure.
Absolutely. There were the Voss Drive and Drag show happened right after hours and was amazing. They had like a pre-show with a great lineup of divas. Then the main show was really amazing, hosted by Bianca, Plastique, Naomi, Asia, Cameron, Violet, Aquaria. A really great show. Dipper, you were there. You saw it. Did you love?
Yeah, Aquaria played the guitar live while she danced.
Baby, the instrument was on and it was hot.
And Asia's whole outfit lit up, and Violet breathed fire, and Plastique looked like a fucking Barbie doll. It was crazy.
Honey, Asia's been lighting up since like 2010. I saw her do that in Texas at S4 too. She's had light up everything. She has a light up pussy stick, I'm sure.
Yeah.
She gets an email alert the moment they introduce some new technology of LED, because it turned into flames, like it looked like fire. It was wild.
They should just hire her to walk around during the Magic convention in Vegas and advertise.
Like, please, like, absolutely.
There was Godoy was there too. She did this little Edna the Incredibles number where she turned into if Edna was the incredible superhero. It was really cute, good hair. So the dolls are dancing again. There's twirlings to be twirled.
Shout out to Sadie Pines, who was also in the pre-show on the day before we did our show.
Nice.
And I think she did the Poison Ivy dressed as a giant pink gorilla. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the reveal in Poison in number 3, Batman 3.
Yeah. Very that. Uma Thurman.
Ketamine Jungle. I love that.
So I want to say a huge thank you to all of the dancers who were in the show with me, who did an amazing job. Nick, who did the choreography and was dance captain and just all around extra costume designer consultant. And a huge thank you to Dua Lipa, who we closed the show with her like Grammy, like a recreation of her like Grammys, a little bit of her performance, and she reposted it. So Dua Lipa loves the dolls, or at least the gay who is running her Instagram loves the dolls.
Word. You were gorge. Brown hair.
Thanks.
Brown hair beauty.
Yeah, brown haired beauty.
Brown hair beauty. We have something important to talk about. A lot of spaces are closing. And there's a hashtag Save Our Spaces tag happening. Venues that we've supported for decades by offering not only a safe space to gather, but also existing as like the epicenter of liberation and social justice and the gigs for the LGBT community. Today, a lot of those bars and clubs are struggling wherever you live, wherever we live, everywhere. And they need to pay rent, pay their employees, and the pandemic is not helping. And they need our support to keep from closing. So,
there's a hashtag Save Our Spaces, which is both a crowdfunding campaign raising funds to help struggling LGBTQ nightlife, and a listing of all the individual LGBTQIA plus nightlife crowdfunding campaigns that are currently running, because they're everywhere and there are a lot of them. So I love that they're like compiling them and helping us like organize them. So folks have the option to either donate to the overall campaign Fierce, and that money will be divided amongst all the venues, or you can donate directly to your favorite bar. So you can check it out at www.gaycities.com/saveourspaces. Please check this out. That's fierce. They're doing that. That's good work. It hurts my heart to think that, I just think of I think of Precinct, which is so personal to me, and somewhere like Red Line.
Girl, they need to take This Is It off the list. Didn't Trixie just buy that bar? They can take that. They can cross that one off at the bottom, honey, of this Miss Gay City Save Our Spaces, because we're looking at the list right now.
What about Miss Lady Akbar? I thought she got quadruple her.
Well, let's look. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. So some of the lists, they go to the campaign. And
look at us coming for them.
If the campaign has reached its goal, you can't donate there. But it's nice to see the list all compiled. Yeah.
Oh, good.
You probably performed at a lot of these places.
Honey, I've performed a lot of different kind of things at a lot of different places.
Oasis, San Francisco.
Sea Friends. Honey, the Dick Dancers at Sea Friends. Club Triangles, I've been there for sure.
Oh my gosh. This is...
Yeah, so many of these places.
This is really staggering to see, because we think of our city and we think of our places we have such a personal bond with, but you look at this and you see this list of so many places who are going through the exact same thing. So thank you to Save Our Spaces for doing this work. Check out the hashtag Save Our Spaces. We'll be sharing all of this on the socials. So keep an eye out for it and give what you can.
You're going to want to keep an eye out also for our next live stream. It's the first one of 2021.
Oh, what is it? What is it?
We're fundraising sissies. It is going to be a game show format of some sort, but we aren't announcing what yet.
Playing it coy. Playing it
I'm a
cagey
safety girl.
for us.
There will be featuring amazing queens, and also there's chance of there's a high probability of it being rigged.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not surprised.
Not in the least. When she shows you who she is, believe her.
Shuh. Who's having that conversation? Now,
were you silenced or silenced?
Was there rigging involved or was it rigged?
Was she getting riggy with it, or was it rigor-mortis?
Rigor-mortis. Rigor-mortis, gal. So April
19th.
Mark your calendars. New details about this will be coming soon, but we'll be raising money for our favorite bar in Los Angeles, Precinct.
Yes.
I'm so excited for this. We're going to have queens booked for this that are so amazing, so groundbreaking. They haven't even been booked yet.
The dawn will also be broken, possibly.
Oh,
depending on how long it is.
You broke
Could
the
go
dawn.
all night. You never know. You broke the dawn.
You broke the dawn.
Did you listen to Sloppy this week? Juno Birch was on it. Do you remember her? She came to our show in Glasgow.
Oh, I'm obsessed with Juno Birch. Juno Birch is groundbreaking.
It was a great interview.
Yes, so check out today on Sloppy Seconds, Big Dipper and Meatball interviewing Juno Birch. And we will be joining Latrice and Manila on the Chop all next week for our Drag Race UK Series 2 Deep Dive. Deep Dish Deep Dive.
Do you want to listen to a little music?
Wait, I love music.
I love music too. And this music is especially danceable, listenable to. It's our Rainbow Spotlight of the week.
And
it's by
This is Black Country Disco by Tom Aspaul.
I wanted you to say it because I wasn't sure of the last name, but the video is sickening. It's on YouTube, and we're going to link it on our Instagram also. Listen to the Rainbow Spotlight.
There's an element of risk attached to this one kiss, and I know it's worth the ride down the M6. Oh, bliss. I don't know his name, 'cause small talk I resist. One kiss, one kiss. Now would you like to live deliciously? I'll put my hands on you, put your hands on me. Now would you like to live deliciously? I'll put my hands on you, put your hands on me, on me.
This podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp.
Is there something interfering with your happiness or is preventing you from achieving your goals? BetterHelp is a great resource for online counseling.
Yes, they can assess your needs and match you with your own licensed professional therapist with a broad range of expertise to choose from.
You'll get timely and thoughtful responses from your counselor, plus you can schedule weekly video or phone sessions from home. And BetterHelp is committed to facilitating great therapeutic matches so they can make it easy and free to change counselors if you need. And it's more affordable than traditional offline counseling with financial aid available.
So, if you're looking to talk to someone or have been meaning to find a counseling service, now is the perfect time to take advantage of our special offer.
You can get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/drag.
That's betterhelp.com/drag for 10% off your first month.
betterhelp.com/drag. Professional counseling done online in the comfort and safety of your own home.
Let's face it, Taking trips to the post office is probably not how you want to spend your time. People waiting in line talking loud on their phones or not knowing they need to wear shoes in the post office or, oh, the tape is $3. Yeah, it is. It's just a mess. That's why we recommend mailing and shipping online at Stamps.com.
Stamps.com brings the services of the U.S. Postal Service and UPS right to you. And pay a lot less with discounted rates from USPS, UPS, and more. Simply use your computer to print official U.S. postage 24/7 for any letter, any package, any class of mail, anywhere you want to send it. Once your mail is ready, just schedule a pickup or drop it off. It's that simple.
Whether you're a small office sending out invoices or an online seller shipping out orders or even a giant warehouse sending thousands of little pound cakes a day, Stamps.com can handle it all with ease.
As moguls of media and drag, we are running a very busy operation which involves lots of packages and lots of mail.
Wait, stop the conveyor belt. I'm podcasting. Yeah, they're busy down there.
We're like Lucy and Ethel in here.
You literally can do it all from home and just drop it off at the post office or schedule a pickup with your mail carrier.
Also, with Stamps.com, you get discounts of up to 40% off post office rates and up to 62% off UPS shipping rates. Not to mention, Stamps.com is a fraction of the cost of those expensive postage meters.
Stop wasting time going to the post office, seriously, and go to Stamps.com instead. There's no risk, and with our promo code, DRAG, you get a special offer that includes a 4-week trial, plus free postage and a digital scale, and there's no long-term commitments or contracts.
Just go to Stamps.com, click on the microphone at the top of the homepage, and type in DRAG.
That's Stamps.com, promo code
DRAG. Stamps.com, never go to the post office again.
Never! Ooh, the goss is so hot.
Sorry,
Unchain
no
me from
lipstick,
this radiator.
no blush. No lipstick, no blush. I didn't have any time, but we want to
Red.
We want to talk about this segment a little bit more hot goss going on in the kingdom, more cryptic secret messages from Britney Spears on Instagram.
Should we get Derek to translate? Do you want to call her? 3-way her in?
Derek, tell
Derek,
us
what
what's
does this
going
mean?
on.
Get Nebraska's dick out of your mouth and tell us what this means. Nick, stop eating his ass. He's concentrating.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, so the 39-year-old music icon took to Instagram on Tuesday, March 23rd, to share several posts, all of which include a reference to the color red in the caption. However, many fans seemed confused by this, given that there did not appear to be much red shown in the images of the star. Twisted Elegance. Introducing red. Britney captioned a carousel of photos of herself in a lace top. A couple hours later, she shared a video of herself dancing in the same outfit. No lipstick, blush, or foundation because I was in a rush, but you get the idea. Red chili pepper emoji, she wrote. Oddly, neither post contained any obvious red, and her followers piped up in the comments to see if they were missing something. There is nothing red in this video, one fan observed.
Wow.
Mystery noise.
Well, I'm texting Derek right now. Twisted Elegance introducing red, and we'll see if she understands it.
I know that she's talking about my commercial from season 5, Red for Phil.
Oh, no, honey,
Listen.
darling. She's talking about Red, the name of my lip varnish shade with Suck Less Face and Body. It's called Red. For She Who Needs to Be, bitch.
I think she's talking about Red, the Cher song. All I see is red now. I think she's talking about Red, the Taylor Swift album. So there.
I think she's talking about Red Fox. Hilarious.
I think she's talking about Red Skelton.
I think they were talking about Big Red.
Give your breath long-lasting freshness.
Oh, no, I'm talking about the stripper Big Red. He used to dance, red hair. We all called him Big Red. You know why. You could chew on that, too.
Okay.
Yeah, it was gummy.
Give your breath long-lasting freshness
with Big Red.
We don't know what it's about. I mean, it sounds like people have conjectured that Britney has been asking for help or sending secret messages from inside her sort of like very controlled environment by using Instagram and like sending secret messages. I think that it's just like a typo or just like I don't think there's anything to it, but I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I hope she gets her freedom soon.
Yes.
In this week's reporting of mass shootings in America, remember last week when we talked about Atlanta? Well,
Yeah.
this week we have Colorado.
Right.
And it's weird because I was thinking to myself, reading the outline, I was like, I know we had one last week. And then I was like, oh, it's Atlanta. It says it right there in the next sentence. So mass shootings are
Right.
happening still. And a sign that people are returning to normalcy in America during the pandemic, which is just horrible. Does that mean they're happening again, which is our status quo normal, just shootings?
Right.
Wow.
And while we have to continue to address the underlying causes of violence in America, such as white supremacy, socioeconomic inequity, patriarchy, we also have to confront the country's unique relationship with guns and view gun control as a needed form of harm reduction. One of the main reasons why this happens, like there are these underlying causes, which are a big deal that have to be dealt with. But one of the first things that is actionable that can happen is we can have some common sense gun control and gun legislation happen in this country. And it needs to happen.
I mean, these facts here speak for themselves. The NRA has an enormous stranglehold over conservative politics in America. And anytime there's an attempt to impose new forms of gun control, the NRA rallies gun owners to stop these bills. So, I mean, it's all just figuring out how politics can be kickback free somehow. But who knows if that'll happen in our lifetime. But I watch House of Cards and bitch, I think that's a true story, basically. Like that's... all these things seem very plausible, honey. Like all the things and the backroom deals and the everythings. Like it's unsettling that like anybody could just get a gun.
Yes. And it's like, I understand that there is that sometimes if you live out in a rural area, sometimes having a gun is for like your protection and for like protecting your household. Like that's understandable. But for instance, the AR-15 is a weapon that is designed to kill a whole bunch of people in a short amount of time.
Yeah.
It is not, there is no reason that anyone should have this. And the fact that it's so easy to get and people use them for mass murder, and that's not okay, and it's a problem unique to this country.
Yeah, in America especially, we have the most privately owned guns in the world. In 2017, it was calculated that the U.S. had 120 guns per 100 residents, meaning more firearms than people. Literally, there's guns all over this fucking place.
Oh my God.
I really think we should...
Look at the fact right underneath the one WILLAM read.
Americans make up less than 5% of the world's population, yet they own roughly 45% of all the world's privately held firearms.
Girl, steel, metal, like there's so many businesses that profit off of firearms. Ammunitions, I don't know what guns are made out of, but like there's so many people that profit off of it that like this needs to somehow change for sure. I hope it changes in our lifetime. This month, the Democrats made a new push to enact the first major new gun control laws in more than 2 decades, and the House passed 2 bills that would require background checks on all firearm sales and allow an expanded 10-day review for gun purchases. Only 8 out of the 211 Republicans in Congress voted in favor of these bills. It's being passed on to the Senate, and it will need significant bipartisan support to pass. So they need to get one of the whips up in there to whip up some votes, bitch. How do we find out who the whip is?
On Tuesday, President Joe Biden called for tightening gun control laws and for a ban of assault-style weapons and high-capacity magazines.
That sounds like a step in the right direction.
It is. That is a step in the right direction. This is a long journey to get to the underlying causes for this, but it's an important thing that has to happen now, and we need our government to fucking take care of it.
Yes, please.
Deep tease.
We're going to take a little break right now.
Okay.
Find out who this whip is. So you probably tried meditation before and it didn't work, right? Or maybe you felt like you were doing it wrong.
Right. If mental health is part of your self-care plan this year, you owe it to yourself to try Headspace.
Headspace is your daily dose of mindfulness in an easy-to-use app.
It's one of the only meditation apps advancing the field through clinically validated research.
And whatever the situation, Headspace has you covered. Overwhelmed? Headspace has a quick 3-minute SOS meditation.
If you need help falling asleep, there's a great wind-down option, and even morning meditations that parents can do with their kids.
Headspace can reduce stress, improve sleep, boost focus, and increase your overall sense of well-being. I like Headspace because it's the only meditation app that has ever worked for me.
That's tea.
It's got like different sounds and things.
Yes, definitely. There's all different kinds of meditations on there to choose from. And Headspace is backed by 25 published studies, 60,000 5-star reviews, and over 60 million downloads.
It's real easy for you to build a life-changing meditation practice that works for you on your schedule, anytime, anywhere with Headspace.
That's right. You deserve to feel happier, and Headspace is meditation made simple. Go to headspace.com/drag.
That's headspace.com/drag. For a free 1-month trial with access to try Headspace's full library of meditations for every situation.
This is the best deal offered right now, so head to headspace.com/drag.
You stay home for the greater good. Secondhand smoke doesn't. It drifts through cracks in walls, air vents, and sink drains, spreading toxic chemicals that can damage lungs. Secondhand vape also puts your lungs at risk, even with the fruity smells. Protect yourself and the people around you from these secondhand dangers. Learn how at tobaccofreeca.com.
We are back, and you know, we do like to, we have a tip spot every week. We have a tip spot for one of the local girls.
Especially when the herpes is flaring up in the winter.
Oh, yes, of course.
Some of the regular cast members have to take off. They can't shave over the sores, so we get some new girls in, give them a shot.
We do. This is not a tights establishment, everyone. We encourage you not to wear tights.
If it falls out, shouldn't have been there in the first place.
Exactly. Please welcome to the stage the one and only. She is known by the name of from the legendary House of Lords. This is Alyssa Lords, also known as Brock Banks.
Yes.
Yes. Hello.
Does anyone still call you King Julian too? You had a lot of shadow names.
I got a lot of shadow names. I'm trying to stay as hidden as possible whenever I can. People call me King Julian all the time. But Julian is my actual name.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
Well, you go by many names, but you also were our standout performer from the Best in Drag pageant, which happened a few months ago. And
Willem October.
And Willem and I were both on the esteemed judging panel.
Mm-hmm.
And you didn't take the crown that night. However,
you took our hearts.
You took our hearts. You were the most memorable talent performance because you are the case of the migrating titty. Tell us about that journey, that moment, that night, that performance.
Tell the tale of the tea.
Okay.
First, start at the top. What color hair were you wearing?
All right, so I was wearing a brunette, like Beyonce J-Lo inspired hair, kind of the color of yours, actually.
She had some auburn undertones. It was lovely.
Mm-hmm. She was beautiful and long and luscious. The hair was great. The look was amazing. I felt gorgeous. Leading up to the pageant,
you must have looked in the mirror.
I did a few times, several times.
It was right.
It was. So I had actually never seen this show before, so I had no idea what the production value was like, right? And so I would have done much more than what I thought I was performing at a regular schmegular drag show competition thing, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So she came out alone, no dancers, a few outfit changes.
All right.
But I was like, we're gonna come out and do this anyway. So I was dancing my ass off, and I hadn't done drag in like a year. And so you forget a few things after it being that long. And I had this very heavy chicken cutlet and this tiny little lace bra that I bought the day of. I was like, oh, this will look nice and cute. A little nude lace bra under the bodysuit. And girl, when I tell you I did that cartwheel and I felt her just fly up, it actually hit my face when it came out of the thing. It like smacked me in the face and then just started sliding all the way downwards. Went into my crotch area.
We caught that. We caught that one big. We said, oh, she got a release. Someone needs to give her a release.
It was all the way in my crotch and then went all the way down my leg. And by the time it was down my leg, I had done this move where like I was laying on the ground and I kicked my leg up like this. Yeah. And I saw it and was like, what the fuck? Like I still had no idea what was going on. And since we were performing for really no one, because it was just the people who were like the cast and crew that was watching the show, because it got videotaped the night before the actual pageant where you guys saw.
Yes.
So I could hear the few people there just dying laughing, and I'm like, something's going wrong. Like something has happened. And by the time I know it, I looked down on the ground and the titty fell out right by my leg.
Out the bottom of the bodysuit.
Out the bottom of the bodysuit. I was like, all right, she has to make up for it now. I started trying to do all these tricks and shit. There was no way anyone was forgetting about that titty. No way.
You think if something doesn't go wrong, it ain't drag. What was harder to do in 2020, porn or pageants?
Honestly, I think they were both equally as hard. I think the pageant was a lot harder because, you know, like when we're filming porn, it's still really just me, one other person, whoever's there, and it's just us in a room, and we don't need an audience to cheer us on to get like energy from, right? So like, when you're doing drag and there's an audience and they're hyping you up, you feel so much more compelled to give a better show. So in this situation, we had really no audience. So I had nothing to go off of. Like, am I doing, like, are people loving this or not? And also the energy is just slower. So I think the pageantry was harder for sure.
Did you ever perform at the Nob Hill Theater? That's a little mix of both. We saw your daddy Boomer do a show there, me and Dallas Culture. And
Never.
We all went and down to the show, front row, got some popcorn and said, yes, girl, you came to our shows. We'll come to yours.
What did he do?
She was brutalizing some bottom. Brutalizing.
As one does.
As one does at the Nob Hill. Do you have any like reservations about people knowing that you do drag in the porn world too?
I'm so glad you asked, man. So of course. I mean, I had done drag for 8 to 10 years before I'd even thought about doing porn. And I love drag, and it's a huge part of who I am. But coming into this, I already knew that there were a lot of stereotypes as to the way people were going to view me and see me and my masculinity or my femininity or whatever the case may be. So I was already really, really nervous about even like showing that part of myself on social media. Nonetheless, like engaging in an entire pageant where people were going to see me. And the really cool thing is that I can get into drag and like no one knows who I am. So that's great if I really wanted to hide it. But I got actually recently Cocky Voice, who I am exclusive with, was like, hey, we're working on this project. We want you to be a part of it. And he started explaining it to me and was like, well, your character would be a drag queen. Like you'd be in drag in the movie. Okay. And she was like, I immediately like kind of shit a brick. Hello? I was like, no, I'm not sure if this is what I want to do. Like, I don't know. And I slept on it for like a week. Yes. Yeah. Where are you?
What is she?
What is she doing?
There's someone at her door.
I'll open it. Sorry. Fuck, I keep thinking I press mute and I don't. Keep talking.
Whose voice is that? Is that Chanel Perillo?
You ask a question now.
She took her headphones
off. Oh, so now we're muted. So, oh my God, that's amazing. So wait, you slept on it for a week?
So I slept on it for a week, and I was like, you know what? It's time for me to like fully embrace my truth to the world in general. I feel like there's such a strong empowerment in that for me. But also I was just like, I never seen a porn. I have watched porns where like there is a drag queen featured for like a funny moment or something.
I've been that drag queen.
Yeah. You know. And that's always just like funny, but this is like an actual, like almost like a love story between like just a dude who's a drag queen who like found a guy, and we have like a great time. And so I think it's kind of like an amazing message to like all of us. Also, I feel like drag and porn like are so close together on the spectrum of like how people view us.
Yeah.
So I was actually super excited. It comes out, I think, like next week. It's called Unlucky in Love.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
I'm pretty sure I'll be the first actual porn guy to do a movie where he's actually in drag.
Now, are the titties going to be migrating in the movie since it is your signature move?
There actually are no titties for that reason specifically.
Okay. See,
what y'all say about me?
All the things.
No, WILLAM Brock is doing a porn movie where he's playing a drag queen character who has a romantic, like, sexual arc.
Yeah.
Well, you'll need an intimacy coach, and I am available. On set, you can never be too careful nowadays.
You can never be too careful. Consent is very important.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
So
what color hair are you wearing?
The same hair as the pageantry.
Ooh, turn it around to a side part.
I just blow dried her differently.
Ooh, hang her upside down too.
I always hang them upside down.
Me too.
It's a little volume, baby. You need some volume. Yeah, I can't with the flat.
Mm-mm.
So wait, do you do your own hair? Is that?
Yeah, so I actually make human hair wigs. I started it as...
Wait, wigs? Yeah. We wear who wears those?
Whoa, no one. You don't, obviously.
Mm-mm.
But I actually started during quarantine just making human hair wigs and selling them out of like pure boredom, and basically because I was like, I know all these drag queens, like I'm sure someone will buy these hairs. And I did, and I made a few. What's her name? Katya has a bunch of them. I sold a few to a few of the girls
with the wigs.
But you know what? It then the porn started taking off, like because quarantine like started to chill out. And then I was like, all right, now I don't have the time for this right now. So I kind of like it's settled.
What if you combine the OnlyFans with the wigs and you just nut in all the girls' wigs before you sell them? Because some people like that. They like a little sniff of something.
Babe,
makes the hair smell clean.
I do that with my underwear. I just have a stack of underwear next to my bed. Actually, Chirac was the one who told me to do this. He's like, just put a stack of underwear by your bed. And every time you masturbate, just wipe it up. Post a picture. Hey, y'all, here's a little cum shot on my underwear. Who wants the underwear? I sold like 3 already now for like $100 each.
Wow. What do you sell them on?
Just on like OnlyFans or Twitter. I'll just say, hey, guys, here's this, da-da-da. And then they just send me money through Venmo or Cash App or something. And then I just mail it to them.
I love that.
Dirty panties. Y'all could do that with your fucking tights.
You don't need to tell me. I sold socks right off my feet to men in clubs.
It's okay. Yes.
Yeah.
It's about the bag, baby.
Business. The Bard Blessings Business Bureau.
BBBB.
Well, thank you, BB, for coming on.
Well, thanks for having me. I had a blast.
We thank you so very much, and thank you for doing the film, and it's called Unlucky in Love, and it comes out next week.
Yeah.
Who's your co-stars?
My co-star is Tate Henson. Austin Wolf is also in the movie, but me and Tate play like the main characters in the movie.
We love Tate. She's got like an octopus on her hand or something, right?
Yeah, an octopus. Does she? Yeah, I think so.
She's all cephalopod sissy.
Yeah, she's a cute little sissy though. I love her queer vibes and love and light and everything.
Nice girl.
Cool people, yeah.
Well, thank you for coming by. Thank you for doing a tip spot. We will be pooling tips at the end of the night, so please just put them in the large bucket on your way off stage.
We'll need a W-9 too. Thanks. Don't give her drink ticket so you get a copy of her ID.
Where can we find you if we want to buy a pair of soiled panties? Where can we find you online?
Super easy. You can find me on formy.fans/BrockBanks, or just go to my Twitter, and Twitter is at Brock_Banks_, and you can find all my shit there.
Honey, I'll meet you at the banks.
Word.
Okay.
Bankable Productions.
Hello.
Thank you so much. Give it up
All
for
right,
Brock
guys.
Banks, also known as Alyssa Lords.
Yes.
Make sure you get your music back from the DJ girl. You know they like to keep those thumb drives.
They're gonna steal my shit. Bye, girls.
Bye. You're very funny. One of those comedy girls.
Yeah. Don't do your funny bit. They won't pay for the drinks.
Honey, do something serious. Do something glamorous. Don't do comedy tonight,
Doesn't all
honey.
need to be jokes. You don't need to fill every second, darling.
Honey, stop relying on cheap gimmicks and jokes. Just do glamour. We are a glamour establishment. We are back. And it's time for us to go spelunking, unking, deep inside the DMs.
This first message comes from Hayden. Oh, cool. The porpoises have migrated back. They always springtime in the cave with us when they spawn. Hayden wants to know, he says, Dear Alaka, Wilhelm, biggest of dippers and esteemed guests. In November last year, my boyfriend and I called it quits after a year and a half together. It was extremely hard as there was a lot of love, but we just weren't communicating the right way. We hoped to be friends eventually, famous last words. And recently, we were both invited to a mutual friends party. We live in Melbourne, Australia, where we are COVID free. So let's get it together before you want to read.
How nice for you. Thank you for rubbing it in, Hayden.
Anyway,
me
read
next
a lot.
message. I'm just kidding. I'm just really jealous of Australia because they have normal lives. Okay, good. Continue.
We wanted to be comfortable around each other at the party, so we decided to meet beforehand, hang out, watch Drag Race. Bimini was robbed. That's your opinion. And go to the party together, absolutely gagging everyone by showing up together. Tee-hee. While it was nice to hang out, it was a little awkward trying to learn how to be around each other without the regular stuff we would usually do, like cuddling, kissing, and raw dogging. I was wondering if y'all had any tips for being friends with exes. Alaska, you and Sharon seem to have a cute friendship these days, and we would love to get to that place, but it seems right now miles away. He is an avid friend of the pod, so we would both love your advice. Love you, Gorge. Hayden. What a great idea. If you both want our advice, you can write in too. There's other boths out there.
Well, to me, it sounds like you already are there, Gorge. I mean, you hung out, you watched TV together, you went to a party together. That's good. That's a really great place to start. I think if you if you continue to see each other, socially at events and stuff, then you guys are chill. That sounds like you're in a good place.
Yeah.
It was not easy for me and Sharon right after we broke up. We had to work together. It was very difficult for us to be around each other. And eventually we got to a place where we were chill, and now we're really good friends. But it sounds like you guys are well on your way, right?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like they're already there.
It's not like it was horrible and you were fighting at the party and
you
knocking
were only together
over.
for a year and a half. That ain't shit. It's not a big deal. Your friends will be like, oh, okay, he's done. Your friends are probably used to you having different boyfriends and things you put in your mouth. So no one cares as much as you do, Hayden, probably.
Okay.
And you can still raw dog him if he's your ex.
Enjoy leaving the house and going to social gatherings as usual.
Did you see what Courtney was posting? She said, where are we dancing on Monday night? The bar's open. She said, we're calling out of work on Tuesday. I was like, you don't have a job. You're a podcaster.
I'm going to go to her fucking house and cut her fucking wigs up. That's what I'm going to do. No, I'm so jealous of Australia. Continually jealous. I hope that America gets it together really fast.
Okay,
that's what you just did. Okay.
Read this through rose-colored glasses, please.
Rehashing
Sing the whole thing.
Rehashing some old gossip from season 5 from Megan. Megan. Okay. From Megan. Hello, all. I'm going to skip the first time, long time introduction because I just read something I'd never previously heard mentioned before, and I need to know. Is it true that for the finale of season 5 that the then sponsors Absolute wanted Roxy for the crown, and RuPaul's insistence on Jinx winning was a big part of what led Absolute to stop sponsoring the show. Have you heard of this before? I listen every week and I love the pod, but I've never heard this mentioned. But hey, I can be a forgetful bitch at times. While I have you, thank you for being hilarious and giving me something to look forward to every week. I love classique seasons and can't wait for you guys to start on season 6. P.S. I'd love to send a dick pic, but I'm not currently in possession of a penis myself. All the best, Megan from Canada.
Well, she's got the scoop. It's all true.
I've never.
It's all true.
Let's bring out our second tip spot, Jeffrey Moran, appearing in the illusion of Pass Around Party Bottomatrix.
What's Jeffrey Moran's drag name?
Pass Around Party Bottomatrix.
I love that.
Helena Pass Around Party Bottom Carter.
This just seems so insane.
Jigga's daughter.
I know Roxy and Jinx on a personal level. I was there.
I remember when you told me this.
Shut up! I have never heard this theory, this conjecture. I have never heard of this, but thank you for that wild machination.
David wants to tell us some things. Dear Alaska, Dipper, and Weird Al Yankovic of Drag WILLAM, not a read, a compliment. Okay, thanks. I'm a horny young man from the birthplace of Courtney Act, Brisbane, Australia.
Oh,
and after
more
having
Australians. More Australians. They're so bored with going to nightclubs. All they do is write letters to us. I mean, they have nothing. They're like, oh, I've done it. I've gone to restaurants. I've gone to parties.
Let's write letters to the girls.
I've gone to clubs, bars. Sorry, I'm just really... Okay, go ahead.
So after having a very hot threesome the previous weekend, I was in the mood for more of the same. So over to my house came a decent-looking man. I was having my prodigious member played like a trombone when a poppers bottle, or amyl as my Aussies call it, appeared from nowhere. Drugs and even alcohol aren't really my thing, so this was a bit of a turnoff and I was a bit uncomfortable. I wanted to ask him to stop, but I just lay there and let it happen. I kept going, and so did the use of poppers, and the aroma filled the room. As I was pounding him from behind, his face was deep in the bottle, and even though he kept going on about how my dick was the biggest he'd ever taken, it seemed he was more into the bottle than me. It just really took me out of the moment. I quickly pulled out and finished to just make it over. I don't know what that means. I usually wait for the bottom to come like a good boy, but I wanted him gone. Afterwards, my room smelt of the stuff, and I felt all this guilt, shame, and remorse. I usually leave a session feeling great, but now my room smells of unpleasant sex, and I just feel disinterested in sex, and I usually wank off at least once a day. Have any of you had an experience with guilt from an unpleasant session that left you feeling like shit? How did you get your mojo back, and how did you get rid of that smell? It's still there. Sorry for the lack of dick pic, but I'm not just feeling like myself, obviously. Haha. Love you, dolls, the pod, and your music make my household chores something I look forward to. From Bonerless in Brisbane. Huh.
What do you think?
Well, Courtney needs to start asking people before she uses poppers at the gangbang. Yeah, she's gonna get a reputation.
I think that you should, first of all, Bonerless in Brisbane, thank you for this letter. I think you could use it as a learning moment. And because I don't know the culture about poppers, and I feel like it's very like,
Same.
if you're into you have no idea about the culture of poppers. There isn't such a like clear like you have to tell the other person if you're going to be using poppers. It's sort of like it's kind of like in this middle ground of like some people do, some people don't. Now you can make sure, since it seems to be like a really huge turnoff for you and like kind of a deal breaker, now you can put that in your profile, like no poppers, not interested,
no poppers, no party.
Right. You can clear that with people that you're chatting with or whatever ahead of time, so this doesn't happen again. As far as getting your mojo back, I think just give it a few days and you'll be fine. I've had, in my history, I've had horrible hookups where I felt really like gross.
Hey,
I'm like,
oh my God, it's the Chop hostess Manila Luzon. Come up here, say hi. I know, Rhea cleaned up for me. I gave her an Adderall and she went crazy.
Margo.
She can clean anything. We're looking at dick pictures from this guy from Australia. I scrolled ahead. You don't mind, dude?
Oh, you went
He's
ahead.
a different person.
I scrolled ahead. There was no dick pic in his question, though, so I had to scroll ahead. That one nice, huh?
Manila.
Hi,
Hi.
Michael.
Hey, what's up?
Sorry. How are you?
Oh my
Good.
gosh. Hi,
That's lovely.
Michael.
I know, right? Pretty
How's
good.
it going, divas?
Hi.
All right, I'll get out your hair. I just want to say hi, baby.
Work. See you later. Okay, what were we talking about?
Well,
Oh,
I
I'm
just-
just not horny, right?
I also
Yeah.
included this letter because he kept referring to it as the session.
The sesh. Oh yeah, the Trey didn't like the session, so he had
Trey
gutted
didn't
me
like the
and
sesh.
set me on fire. But I didn't die. I had crystallized. And now I'm ready to pound the runways. Glamazon, bitch,
She's off book.
honey.
She read for
pit-
the role.
Yeah, I read. They pinned me, but it went another way.
They pinned me. Why don't we read the next one?
From Michelle.
Is this? I read this one.
If I can read it if you want. I love reading.
I'll read it. Did I read the last one? I don't remember.
I don't remember. There was no dick pic, so I can't keep
Okay.
track.
From Mitchell. Hello, Alaska, Big Dipper, and Willem. First off, I want to say I'm a huge fan of this podcast, along with other ones you Rue girls have been throwing out there. No choice but to stan. Speaking of Rue girls, my question is for Alaska. Oh, thanks. When are we ever going to get a sequel to Rue Girl? It should be called Rue Girl the Rue Up, or maybe Rue Girl the Sequel. I know there's been about 500 queens who were thrown into the workroom since you released that song, but I think a new version of it listing off their names could really go off. Plus, I'm sure you're clever enough to figure out a way to fit 942 queens into a song. Only asking because Rue Girl is one of my many favorite songs from yours. It's actually perfection. P.S. I'll be expecting my 0.1% if you use any of my title choices. Insert Jade Jolie laugh. Below is my cock
They've got a
and,
deep voice.
and an innocent jacuzzi butt photo.
Oh, yeah. He put that right up to the bubble return.
Oh, see, I didn't know it was a jacuzzi at first. I thought he was just on like a bed, but I
thought
guess
he was in some Jello.
Yeah, why is it green?
I
This
don't
is
know why
the-
it's green.
the wildest Jello mold I've ever seen.
Is that a consomme?
Consummate performer.
The dick is great. There's been less than 200 drag queens on the RuPaul's Drag Races franchise altogether worldwide. I remember counting somewhere. The All-Stars in America, it's like 167. Maybe I didn't, or maybe it's like a little over 200. I feel like I counted Thailand, I counted Holland, I might not have counted Australia. It was before that. And then now we have Spain too. So that's like probably 20 more girls to add, but it's not 947. It's around like probably 200 something.
The problem with doing a song of that nature would be like doing it during a break when there was not like instantly adding a new season, because right now, like if I were to introduce that, like we're going to have a cast announcement for Spain any day now, and it would already be outdated and discluding the Spain girls. So it's like, it would have to be done during a break, and I don't see a break coming anytime soon, but who knows? Maybe I've always thought about doing like a revamp of it, because it was my first song and it's one of my favorites and I love it.
A she-vamp?
Vamp! V-A-M-P! Oh!
She vamp with me. Vamp with me. Thank you so much for listening to Hot Goss this week. And thank you to Brock Banks for being our little tip spot girl.
Alyssa Lords, the DJ needs you in the DJ booth. Your CD is not reading. It was not burned
skipping.
correctly.
It was not formatted before you put the music on it.
Oh, my God, girls. Also, with the owner of a Hyundai Sonata, please come to the bar. Your lights have been lit. You are parked illegally and your lights are on. Send us your questions.
This is a T-girl bar, not a tailgate.
Send us your questions via email to racechaserpodcast@gmail.com.
We have bonus video content available also at patreon.com/WILLAM. And you can search for that content searching the hashtag racechaser and watch the videos a la carte any way you want it. And this week it's a pizza party. Pizza party.
We'll continue to release some of our Patreon content from 2019 for free now on YouTube. So make sure you're subscribed to both WILLAM and Alaska on YouTube. Hit that bell icon so you can get notifications.
Follow us also on Instagram at WILLAM, at TheOnlyAlaska5000, at RaceChaserPod, and at Mom Podcast.
And that link on Instagram at RaceChaserPod also has lots of resources and places to donate money in support of the Black Lives Matter movement, and also a link to aapip.org and their resource directory to help combat increased anti-Asian violence.
We'd like you to wear a mask, wash your hands, and stay safe and healthy. And we will be back next week with more
Piping,
steaming,
scalding, boiling, hot, go on. Hot Goss is a Forever Dog podcast.
Produced by Big Dipper.
Executive produced by Brett Boehm, Joe Cilio, and Alex Ramsey. Mixed and mastered by Will Pitts.
Our theme song is graciously provided by ATF Enterprises.
This Goss is hot.